Yo, JD here, Tyroleans, and we are back again, race against the 110 AI, Ultimate AI, around Sochi in Russia, which is the Grand Prix we have just had, and trying to get a decent start in the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton on the soft tyre, which they didn't start on. They started on the mediums here today, going almost 4 wide into this first corner as Vettel just squeezing out Gazzy. Gazzy always seems to be up there in these 110% races, and I think he is actually taking the lead, but we're down in 5th place with Charles Leclerc right behind me as well. Let me know what you thought of the Grand Prix today. Pretty interesting opinions after Twitter on this one, but I think he's a little bit still upset because he's gone down the inside of myself. And the last race I did, I'm trying to think which AI we actually did. I literally can't even remember which one it was, but the AI I thought was incredibly well balanced, and this one so far, I think ever since they've done that patch, it's felt really nice at this point. But again here, done a few laps around here, so I feel pretty comfortable with this track, which my last video showed the world record online by VSI Infamous, so make sure you follow him. An absolutely insane lap as we're still coming under attack from Charles Leclerc, going to this corner, very difficult. He's still trying to hang around the outside here, going to this sequence of corners, probably the most technical on the circuit here. This one's a completely blind, pretty much left-hander, especially if you're using cockpit cam. Was thinking about going short shift into 4th there, but sometimes you can rev it out, and now we just got to try and stay with this pack, so we're in 5th place still as we get our first warning of this race, which is very easy to get. And we've got Pierre Gasly just absolutely just smashing it in that Red Bull, and he's not actually doing too bad in Toro Rosso in real life either, but trying to close in with the default setup. As you can see, we're using the 6.6 wings, which I presume, well, I'm 100% certain that the AI actually used that as well, so that's the reason why we are going to be using that. But I think, yeah, it was actually Singapore the last one we did where we had the bolt on the set, because AI is just super strong around here. Going for this corner, probably my worst corner on the track. I always seem to get a penalty or just an invalidation going around there. This one here, you can't break in the curb, but it's very risky. Hold it in 3rd gear, you can use 4th gear if you're really confident. This one here, again, very difficult. People moan about the track limits around this track, but I do think it feels pretty strict to me. So this is a track, when it comes to my league racing, I'm going to have to really be on it. But I actually like the flow of it. It actually feels pretty nice in this game. Definitely better than last game and the games before that, where it didn't feel that great. And then the race today, I don't think it was particularly entertaining, but hopefully for new regulations in the future, that should resolve that issue, as Verstappen is going side by side with his teammate right up in front there, and I think he's actually taking the lead, gone around the outside of Pierre Gasly there, as Gasly's trying to fight back down the inside, which should actually go really just sandwich us between these cars here, just really backing them up into myself, as that has allowed Verstappen to get away slightly, right behind my teammate now. Let's see if I can, wasn't going to think about it, move there, as he tries to go down the inside of the Ferrari, which gives me a very nice run. And we're still in 5th place. We need to try and win this race. That's my aim of these videos, is to try and win these races here. And this is the first attempt. He's actually blocking me off there, going in the middle of the circuit. So we maybe should have gone a little bit tight, making the move stick down the inside. Again, getting pretty feisty up front with Verstappen, his teammate, and then Sebastian Vettel, who was ridiculously unlucky today. I felt very sorry for him, because he drove, kind of reminded me of how he drove in the past. But again, as I was saying on the last lap, that corner, just an absolute nightmare for me. as Gasly again and his teammates. There's clearly no team orders in Red Bull here, but at this point I can't really see the true pace of the AI because they're just fighting each other so much. But it looks like the Red Bulls just can't seem to get away, and I think the Ferraris and the Mercedes are definitely the quicker cars around here. But we've got Charles Leclerc just absolutely just harassing me going through these corners. I can't afford to get another warning, so I'm just being pretty cautious at this point, but kind of saved by the DRS. If you've got a DRS in the car in front, it's going to be very, very difficult for the car behind to particularly overtake through here, because see that red line, or straight line speed for the Red Bull, you can see definitely suffering down that straight compared to Ferrari. Just try and stay nice and tight to get some good traction, which we do coming out of here. Braking very, very late. Try and sacrifice the entry to get a better exit. You can short shift through there again, as I said, to minimise the wheel spin, but we elect to stay in the third gear, fourth gear going through here, trying not to cut the inside and take a nice wide line second gear just to get the extra rotation through here. And now we're going to get DRS on our teammate, who should be really putting some serious pressure on these Red Bull cars up ahead. But in this AI again, it feels just perfectly balanced at this point. It doesn't seem too OP or anything at all, but they are battling so much. And let's see what's going to happen with Verstappen here, going side by side with Sebastian Vettel, as I've got Charles Leclerc right behind me as well, with my teammate just sixth in this group here. We're going to go try and go down the inside of Verstappen. Let's see if he gives me room. He actually allows me room on the inside, so fair play to the AI, the Red Bull there, not coming under attack from him. And now we've got my teammate and Pierre Gasly up ahead. But as I was saying before, so far just feeling this, and this is the first run I did. I didn't do any runs before this. It feels really balanced. I feel it should be the case where you're having to drive really hard here for this middle sector. I think they actually are pulling away from me, but I think if I got out in front of them, it would be very difficult for me to actually pull away, and that's the kind of balance I really do like. And they seem to be leaving room and actually being quite aggressive when they're overtaking as well. So I think a racing game is probably the hardest game to actually program an AI, and so far I think it's doing a great job at this moment in time. But now let's see if we can just get close to these two, because on the straight line speed we have some very good straight line speed. And I think I just realised I was saying Vettel was my teammate. It's not my teammate. For some reason I thought I was in a Ferrari there. But coming through the penultimate corner of the penultimate lap, coming through the last corner now, trying to get a nice little run here, and we're definitely a little bit further away when we were on the previous lap, but we've got the Red Bull behind, so I don't think it's going to come under threat. And let's see what the straight line speed is going to be like. And look at the speed we are gaining on the Red Bull. It is absolutely insane, and we're completely just outbraking myself. I've actually gotten into the side of the Ferrari, and that is almost a game over here, but we actually somehow didn't get any damage whatsoever. We've got plenty of ERS left going through this corner now. Again, it's just my Achilles heel, that corner, but I'm going to push the end of that to see if I could just gain on this AI. Let's see what the raw pace is really like, because I've got plenty of my fuel and ERS left, so I've definitely gained going through that corner. This left hand, I think it's one of the hardest to get right on the game, and this time definitely better than last time. Now we've got a DRS zone. Let's see how close I can get once again, staying in fourth gear just to get that maximum traction off the corner. DRS, let's see how quickly I gain in a straight line. You can see we are gaining hand over fist, or time over fist right at this point. Was thinking about going down the inside as we go middle of his purple sector, just pulling out ever so slightly. He goes a little bit tight. Let's see if I could get some good traction, come off here, just try and push as much as possible. There's no real opportunity going to this corner, so try and sacrifice the entry, get a better exit, short shifting this time just to get the extra boost of traction. Unless he makes a mistake, it's going to be very hard for me to actually overtake him, throwing everything into these last corners, almost losing the car. Come around across the line now. It's Sebastian Vettel wins. Caught him up on that last lap. I can't believe I didn't get any damage going into that first corner there, but I have to say that AI feels very nice. And as I said at the start of the game, it felt not really that enjoyable, where they were just too OP and stuff as well. But now you're having to drive very hard, and it's going to be very difficult for you to pull away from them. So let me know what you thought of this and the Grand Prix and stuff as well. Thank you so much for supporting me and my videos. Peace.